welcome back to the scenic route. Since our last video, I spent a bit of time kind of off stream, off the video, just trying to fill in this big sinkhole with sand. I bought a second Aramatsu bowhead dump truck just to try and do it a bit faster by switching between the two trucks while each one's refilling. It's been some hours, and yeah, you can see I've made some progress, but I actually think there's a maximum height that you can have the sand piles, and then it kind of just goes into a black hole. So yeah, I might just keep going in the background and see what I can do there. What I'd like to do is fill it up to the top and then pave it, and then like you wouldn't even know that there was a sinkhole there in the past. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I also fished out all of the recyclable concrete from here. If we look at the resources, there's none left, and also in this section here I fished out most of it. I think there's still a little bit left right here, a few pieces left, but for the most part I got all the other ones. I think there's a couple. Oh, there's a little bit there, there's a little bit on this side here. Is it this side? Somewhere. No, this side is where I was looking. There's a bit there, but you can see I've got 149 concrete slabs at the base. I figure we're probably going to be building some bridges, so stockpile some concrete slabs probably is not a bad idea. But for today, we're going to jump back into the scout vehicle, the Malamute, and we're going to check out what's across the lock. I can see there's a couple of forklifts there. There's so many forklifts on this map. There's some sort of light on a pole over there. I suppose there's some on this side as well. Let's have a look at our objectives though. We want to establish the next base at the harbour, which is always good. Like, I always like to set up the bases where we can. Let me just turn the map the right way up. Once we set up the base, we have to, well, once we find the base, we have to deliver the semi-truck with fuel, so we can probably do that. And the other objective is just to take the scenic drive along the coast and visit the Blue Water Yacht Club. Okay. Now I think and then the side quest of explore areas of potential historic interest. Now, do we want to do that first? Maybe let's do that first. I've got a scout vehicle here, this one, which I can use. I just want to know, how do I get there? Is this, because that's like a cliff base. If I want to get back up here, because you remember a few episodes ago we found the historic site right here, and then we were driving along and it kind of fell off. So I think it's probably a safe bet. We probably want to get back up there, and I don't know if we can get up there through the clouds here. This might be a spot right here actually. Alright, so to get there I have to exit through the back, chuck a left, and sort of just take it around. Let's just try that. I have the links in the pit. Just, of course, the first thing that happens is he falls over. I just wanted like a visual of how the sand was going. This can be a bit hard to see the sand movement as it gets dumped, but if you have the vehicle there, you can see it move as the sand goes in. Now, What is going on here? Okay. We are out of the pit. And let's go. So we're going through this entrance to the right, and then we're chucking a hard left and kind of following around and trying to find that marker, which I can see ahead. What is this? This is a well. Looks like a well. Let's cross over these rocks and trees here. They're just so weird. Just the slightest breeze as you drive by and they just uproot themselves out of the ground. At least this one, like, I actually have to run over it. What's the best way forward? Maybe not directly over the rocks. You know what? Let's just full throttle. Let's just push it over. Come on. Come on. Low gear. Turn into the thing. Alright. Yep. We can do this. This looks pretty straightforward. Do I even need low gear for this climb? Possibly. I mean, this looks like a historic site, and we're right in the zone here, or just coming into the zone. And let's look at the map. It's probably up here somewhere. Obviously we can't climb straight up, so we might need to sort of go through this sort of canyon, and let's see what we can do. This water doesn't look too deep, so that should be fine. So it's quite pretty. Pretty enough for a screenshot. Okay. That could be a thumbnail. I think I can see something ahead. That could be what we're looking for. Can I cross? I think I can cross at that point. I'm not going to cross right there. And that tree just uprooted itself. Yep, that's the object. Okay, objective complete. Now that is done, let's track opening the next base. We want to do that next. I might just leave this guy parked here in the meantime, and I'll switch over to the other scout that we've got at the lock itself. All the way down here. I can see the, must be the ocean over in the distance there. Let's go. Oh, I've got a low gear. I don't need it on low gear. So we can see a couple of markers on the screen. So we've got a vehicle pointing to the right. That's at our old base, or our existing base, I should say. We need to deliver that to the new base once we find it, which is yeah, over to our left. So we'll just sort of stick to the roads for now. Just have a wander around, see if we get attacked by trees. So far the trees are behaving themselves. Very different landscape on this side of the river. It's a bit more barren, more desert-like. See some structures in the distance, looks like a port. And I see some oil, what do they call, like a drilling machine. The ones that look like horses that go up and down. I don't know what this is ahead of us, but I'm going to chuck a left. So we kind of want to head in the direction of the new base. We can go and look at those other areas a bit later. Yeah, here are the here's the oil fields. Interesting. So it said at the start the sinkholes were caused by natural gas extraction. I wonder if they use the same, because I associate these machines with crude oil, but I wonder if they use the same stuff for natural gas. Could be. I don't know. I've worked at Chevron in the past, but that was mainly offshore natural gas, so I'm not sure what it is for onshore. Now this looks like a big port facility up ahead. Now we just want to go there for the objective, but I wonder if we can open up these gates while we're here. See more forklifts inside. Alright, let's open up. Let's just mark this point here. Mark off the objective. Let's see. No. We found it, we just gotta move the truck here, don't we? Yeah, so let's jump in this truck. Now, what's the best way across? We'll go across the bridge, up here to the lock, and then just back basically the way we came in. Should be pretty straightforward. Why did that not? Let's try that again. To lift the vehicle, enter. That's what I want. Now hopefully the roads will be fine for this. This has no off-road capabilities whatsoever. I've actually been down to that little section down there. I should check it out. Not in this vehicle, but in one of the other ones. One of the more capable trucks. Now we take it hard right here. And we'll take the bridge fairly slow because, I mean, this is a slow truck anyway, so it should be fine. Just don't want to get caught on one of the edges there on the railings. But that looks like we're good. I really like this map. There's no rain. It's always sunshine. Visibility is fantastic. It's a bit of a desert, but you know, I live in Australia, so kind of used to it. Feels like home a bit. You know what? I've done it again, haven't I? I've gone the wrong way. Okay, let's just back it up. I needed to turn off. Actually, I can go through here because we've opened up the gate. That's good. Don't have to back up too far. And now we need a hard right. That's okay. It's able to take that even with a slightly wide angle to get the tanker trailer through. So this is where I cleaned up all the loose concrete. Took quite a few trips. Nothing that interesting for, you know, for the YouTube stream, but sort of doing that in the background, preparing for what lies ahead. There's always the option of purchasing resources from the shop if we wanted to do it that way. But you know, the game provides all the recyclable materials, so may as well use them. If we don't use them, we can sell them, make a bit of money. And that, I didn't take that corner very well at all. Needed to go a bit slower, a bit tighter angle.
Nothing like an apocalyptic desert wasteland to get your imagination going, right? But don't get too carried away. You're there to get rid of the apocalyptic and wasteland parts, and maybe sign autographs for the grateful populace. But that's optional.
It's funny, she just pops up out of nowhere with these little comments. It's a bit Mad Max, don't you think? It's been a while since I've seen Mad Max. I haven't seen the new ones. I heard they're pretty good. Can we make this turn? It's pretty sandy, but now it looks like we got it. This section's fine. It's just that the intersection there had a lot of sand. I don't know whether it was just sand covering the tarmac or if it was just, you know, tarmac missing, but we made it. Nothing to worry about. This turns a bit tight, but again, no problems at all. Be good to set up our second base on this map. Just be able to transport vehicles and resources quickly if we need to. Again, this road's pretty clear of rocks and stuff, so it's been quite an easy transport. And we're jumping right here. And I see some objective up ahead with that grey circle. Are probably clearing out debris, I would imagine. But here we are. We've got the harbour base. And we've got an objective here. Is that one of the objectives? Explore the sinkholes? No, that's a different objective. So what's this? Okay, so this is the port. And that must be the Yacht Club. So let's track this one. We can reach the port because that's literally here. We've got our vehicle available here. So let's just drive out. These are the gates we opened before. Drive up and around. Looks like we've got steel pipes facility here. We've got a sand quarry. Needs 6 tokens to activate. We have none at the moment. I've used them all up. I'm guessing we're going to have to clear some debris soon. Otherwise they wouldn't normally have this crane. I think that's grab. It's a grab crane. So a bit of a pain. I like the rope ones better. I find them just there a lot easier to use. What else do we have in here? We've got some old cars we can recycle. Let's go for a drive. So not a bad base. Quite a bit of space to play with. A lot of garages here. I'm sure we'll be setting up a few infrastructure routes from here to other places. The roads are pretty good, so I don't think we need to do much in terms of upgrades for the immediate surroundings anyway. But that's not going to be the case everywhere. There's a lot of recyclables here, it looks like, in the junk pile. There's a gate here which I wonder if we can open. I think it opens from the inside by the looks of it. That's fine. We can just crane the truck in there, and I mean one of our vehicles, and winch it open that way. Some truck shacks here where I'm sure we'll be doing some infrastructure routes. We've got some more forklifts. Every time I see a forklift, I think that's $5,000. And I think, well, what am I going to use that money for? Probably buying resources, buying the transport tokens, new vehicles as they become available. At some point we'll have all of the vehicles, and then we won't really need to worry about buying new ones unless we want to double up for whatever reason. You know, like buying more dump trucks so we can dump a bit more simultaneously. Definitely not simultaneously, but closer together. Like you can, as one's refilling with sand, you can set the other one to dump and then switch between them. Let's just go for a drive along the docks here. Oh, we've got a blockage, partial blockage there. We'll have to clear, I'm sure. Let's maybe go along the water side if we can. Turning circles on these vehicles are great, but look at the size of the tires. You know, they probably can't turn much in those wheel wells. You don't want to put the suspension up too high because then they'll just tip over. We've got a lot of debris here as well. I'm sure we'll have to clear that at some point. Okay, let's go to the southern coast. Check out this yacht club. Now on the sunken map, they have these special barrels. They had a Warhammer logo, and you could sell them for $40,000. Now, not all the maps have that. I don't know whether Sojourn has, so I'm going to keep an eye out for those. I think they're grey colour with a Warhammer logo. So we'll keep an eye out for those. On the resources, if we switch the vehicles tab and look at resources, they flash as yellow. So if we see a barrel, so see these barrels flash in blue, so that means they can be recycled as metal. If there's a barrel that flashes yellow, that's definitely one we want to pick up and sell, because that's worth 40,000. Just have a quick look. You can see a lot of the forklifts are flashing yellow because we can sell them. The tires, they're not worth much, so I don't tend to bother with those. For another forklift, the toy trucks flash yellow as well. So small items that are yellow tend to be the toy trucks. There's a power substation here. There's some sort of terminal. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do a huge search right now. Just wanted to have a quick look around. Yeah. All right, let's continue on. Can I duck in here over the train line? I think I can. Got stuck in something. See if we can follow the coast. We don't need to follow the roads. We came in through the roads. I tend to get stuck on the train line, so you know, I'm going to jump off the train line and just go down onto the beach. Let's just cruise along the beach. There we go. Let's turn on all-wheel drive because the sand is actually pretty soft. Now if we wanted sand, we'd probably set up the sand scraper at this point, pick up some sand, but yeah. Don't know if we're going to be building roads here at this point. It's a nice coastline. Let's see if we can drop down off this rock without tipping over. We can. And which way should we go? Should we just continue following the coast? I mean, the yacht club will be along the coast, so What does follow? It looks like some sort of shipwreck up there. Now what we could do if we wanted to explore that a bit is just bring a dump truck and dump some sand, make a little bit of a land bridge. Yeah, now I'm stuck on this tree, this mini little shrub thing. What is going on? That's like the indestructible shrub. Just trying to turning, as I was saying before, the turning circles on these vehicles with the massive tyres, they're just terrible. Getting to master the 3-point turn. It's really soft sand here. Yeah, I wonder if there's anything out there in that little shipwreck. There's nothing lighting up in terms of resources, because that's, you know, if I was creating a map and I'm going to put some collectibles around, that's one place I might put it. Maybe this shipwreck that I throw out the shore here. I wonder what happened there. A big storm, perhaps? Looks like it's been there for a long time. It's corroded away. Yeah, I don't think there'd be anything of interest within that. It'd be cool if you could try and recycle the whole thing. Now I think this boat here you can recycle. It's flashing blue. That one is up ahead there, so we can definitely pick that up on a crane and put onto some sort of transport truck and take that to a facility for recycling. Might go ahead and do that at some point. We'll need to get those facilities online first. But yeah, that'll be quite fun. Now let's look ahead at these boats. What can we do with these? So they're not flashing. I don't think we can take those. Okay, so this is definitely the Yacht Club. That's where we're headed. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look at it. Why is it? What's wrong with it? We're going to use it for a port, I think. Kelly was saying. Oh, there's a lighthouse just there. Here we are. I want to go to the lighthouse and have a look.
See? That was fun! Comparatively speaking. Now for the more mundane stuff. A whole laundry list of it. First item on the list is fixing a damaged radio tower. Nothing too complex there. Just deliver a crate of spare parts from the supply depot and you're done. Next is tidying up the driveways leading to the port. The final thing is a bit more involved. We'll need to get the steel pipes facility working at full capacity. They need some replacement electric motors for their equipment, which you can deliver easily enough. Oh, and then you'll need to guide our trucks with new equipment to the same facility. Sounds straightforward enough, don't it?
That does sound pretty straightforward. There's the lighthouse. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright. That's enough lollygagging. Let's get back to work. What do we got? Explore the sinkholes. Repair the radio tower. Clear the driveways. Restore steel pipe production. And then a route between here and the port. Now, we didn't take the roads, so I don't know the condition of the roads. But I think they're okay. Well, let's plot this route first, and then we'll see. What do we get? 300 stars per truck. Now, what sort of trucks we're looking at? These smallish ones. So I'm going to suggest they'll be fine. It's not the most interesting part of a stream or a YouTube video is plotting these points, but it is part of the game. So we'll continue doing it on the stream and yeah, try and make it as entertaining as possible. But it is what it is. Now these corners were a little bit tight, but you know, try and pick the apex and it should be okay. Is anybody watching the Formula One Grand Prix this weekend? Actually, I don't know where this video is going to come out, so I'm recording this on a Saturday, 7th of March. And I think, yeah, Melbourne Grand Prix is on this weekend. I haven't followed Formula One for a long time, so I don't know who's good and who's not good, but I do know it's in Melbourne again this year, well, at this time. I used to live in Melbourne, and in North Melbourne, and when the Grand Prix was on, I could hear it from my house. Right, dispatch. I'm not going to watch it. I'm sure it'll be okay. Let's look at the main quest. What's the radio tower? We need to deliver from the depot up to the tower, which we haven't even been to yet. Thinking maybe what we do first is explore the sinkholes, just so we can open up the map a bit. Then we can do the radio tower. We've got to clear these spots. That looks easy enough. And what do we need to do for this? We need to do a route between steel pipes and the port. So we've got to clear some space. Like, we've got to clear all that stuff. And then after we do that, bring the objects to the zone. So okay, so there's 4 objects here at the Yacht Club, and we got to bring them to steel pipes. Okay, we won't do that right now. What we'll do is we'll do the sinkholes, explore the sinkholes, and then we'll see what we want to do after that. So our vehicle is currently here. All right, let's get unstuck. We'll go back around. I'll go straight through the scrubland because we are a scout vehicle and we can go anywhere. Head back up towards the base, the new base, and look at these sinkholes. I wonder how big they are. I wonder if they'll be as big as the one at the concrete plant that I'm trying to fill in. I see in this game, whenever I see a big hole, I want to fill it, and that's a motto for life. Not really. I wonder if we'll clutch up to the convoy. Definitely going a bit faster, I think, than the convoy would be travelling, so it's quite we definitely are not as smooth driving. I can see the convoy up ahead and there's green trucks. It looks like they're hauling some steel beams. Not steel beams, steel pipes. Or concrete pipes, some sort of pipes. It's hard to tell from this distance what material they're made out of. Here we are. Here we got 6 transport tokens for that, so that's going to come in handy. Okay, let's see where we are and where we need to go. So sinkholes there and there. So let's zoom out a bit. I think we just, where are we? We're here. Just follow, that's the railway line. I don't know if we want to follow the railway line. Probably. Actually, let's go up this road here and then sort of take this side track because it's next to this. Is that the coast or is that a pond? It looks like a coast. Let's follow that. And I think that'll be a bit more scenic than going inland along the railway. Here at this channel, we're all about the scenic route. This is where we chuck a left. Actually, before we chuck a left, let's open up these doors. I see the handles on the outside, so we can pull these with the winch. Let's pull it open fully if we can. And there's a gap in the fence right there anyway, but oh well, we would have had to open it at some point. May as well do it while we're here. And here we are at the track again. Chuck it right. And let's explore. It's definitely a sandy track. Very narrow. So yeah, I guess it leads to the beach. There's a big rock there. Looks like a little land, not a land bridge, but a sandbar we could go across up here. It's not where we're headed, but in terms of exploring, it's pretty cool. Let's go this way to the left. Now I think this is the Malamute, isn't it? It's not the Lynx. The Lynx is really good at water crossings. I mean, this can do it as well. It's no problems. Not at this depth anyway, there's no problems. We're getting further away from our objective. But I kind of like just the exploring. Yeah, let's just see. Let's just follow this and see where it takes us. Obviously, it's being tracked. People have been driving along here before with these tracks here. So yeah, some rusty, I don't know what you would call them, tanks, like propane tanks or something up ahead. That's what it looks like from this distance with my eyes. Some sort of overturned boat here or canoe. There's a few tires. I wonder what's happened here. Is this a shipwreck? Yeah, it looks like some sort of vessel has come aground. And there's some salvage to be had. Let's look at the resource tab. Yeah, there's some metal, there's some tires, not much else. There's a bit more down here. There's a truck chassis. More pipes. I think we might just turn around, head back towards the objectives. It's a nice little detour. Actually, let's looks like it circles back, so let's continue on. We're taking a scenic route, I guess. It's what we do down here in this YouTube channel. that's a bit of a is that concrete? No, that's a steel barrel. Yeah, a bit of salvage. Not a lot, but enough to make a trip worthwhile, perhaps. I think we'll just follow the tracks and see where it takes us. Man, I love exploring a new map. Hey, there's a boat up ahead. Another shipwreck. Can't quite see it on the map. Oh yeah, here we go. Fog's clearing. There's a bit of salvage to be had again. Well, this is where we're going. We can't really turn left. Oh, let's keep following and see. Hopefully it comes back around to where we need to be, but if not, we can, you know, respawn back at the base and head back out rather than drive all the way back. What's this called? It's called a bruise. Certainly bruised, alright. Seen better days. This has been a fun adventure so far, just checking out this new map, seeing where the tracks take us, doing a few objectives here and there, progressing a bit, but you know, we don't want to do it too fast. Got to take our time, enjoy the moment. The journey is the destination, as you know, is the call sign for this channel. Like a sand quarry here, some quarry machine anyway. What do you call it? Sand miner. Does this come up as a quarry? It is a quarry. We can activate it if we want. So I'm guessing there will be some road building opportunities in the vicinity if there's a sand quarry here. I mean, we could always. Yeah, I wonder if we have to. We don't have to, but I wonder if there's an opportunity to do an infrastructure route that goes along this coastal path, and definitely we would want to drop sand at least for these parts. There's a car on that ship, on that barge. There's a few cars. Let's have a closer look. Yeah, that's definitely seen better days. There's only one. I thought this one here was a salvage, but it's not. This whole boat here can be salvaged. Yeah, okay. Good to know. I probably said in previous video how I like to make money is pick up that metal salvage, make steel beams, and then take the steel beams and sell them. You can do steel pipes or steel beams, but I like steel beams because you can just transport more of them in a truck. Is this? Yeah, that one can be salvaged as well. I love transporting the boats. It's just crazy, like how big they are. And now I've figured out a way of transporting them well, using the vehicle transport. Wedge the bow of the ship between the arms of the ramps, I guess. I don't know what you call them. The two ramps where the wheels go if you're transporting vehicles. And that holds the ship upright. Well, looks like we're heading back inland. That's a big rock in the distance. I wonder what that's all about. We'll go explore that at some point. And why can't I turn left? I think there was a rock just sort of wedging our tyre, so we couldn't turn, but we got there in the end. Drive over that boat. We don't need that boat. Alright, so I think that was just a little bit of a coastal detour. Let's find these sinkholes, shall we? There's a few rocks along this path. Some buildings, I wonder what these are. Possibly to do with this oil extraction. It's what they call upstream in the biz. Okay, yes, pumping station. Where do we want to go? That's a power substation. So if we chuck a left along this railway line, we should get to one of the sinkholes. It's a bit of slow moving in this soft sand, but you know, we'll get there in the end. There's an oil field. It's a bit of a few roads around. Oh, there looks like a big tank has fallen into a sinkhole ahead. I was going to say this track went nowhere, but no, it's gone under some sand. There's no way a train's going to get through that. There's no way a train's going to go anywhere, although this looks like an end of the line for the train. End of the line. This is a big sinkhole. Look at that. Let's not fall in, shall we? Yeah, that's a pretty steep drop. Yeah, look at that. That is amazing. I'm going to take a picture. Alright, let's, yeah, we can't go through it, so we'll have to go around it. I expect Kelly will make a phone call soon and give a few comments about this sinkhole. Now, what's the best way around? I think if we can go to the left. Oh no, have I been wedged? Have I wedged myself? Don't tell me. Can I winch? That tree is just a bit not far, but there's that rock that's in the way. Can I winch to that? I can't winch anywhere, I'm stuck. Would you? But it's so annoying. Now I'm gonna have to get another vehicle. Recover this one. Let's recover this one to the base and we'll head back out. We're right here. We're right here. We're going to have to now come in from the other side. So that was the Don 72. Let's bring that back and let's deploy that again. Okay, let's try not to get wedged between some rocks this time. Whoops. Just about had a head-on collision. Now, let's follow this railway line. Whoa, got a bit of air. Before we do that, let's jump back to the infrastructure route. Where's this going? Is this still going? Yeah, we've just got one more run left before we cancel that one. So this is the second sinkhole. That is also a big sinkhole. I'm not going to fill this up with sand. This is crazy talk. Alright, let's go around to the right. Watch out for rocks and yeah, let's make our way to that circle. Then we'll make our way to the other one that we were almost at. And I think we'll call that a day for the episode. We're getting up to an hour. That is not good. And it looks like there's a lot of oil in the bottom of it, like crude oil. That is, yeah, that's not great. Now, to get to the other sinkhole, I mean, I can see it, but where do we need to be? Let's get a look close to the ledge here. Those tiny little shrubs, they're like indestructible. Okay. Where do we want to be on the other side of it? Okay. Let's follow it around to the left. I don't know whether we can get over that pipeline, but we'll see. Once we get there, we'll find out. Avoid the rock if we can. You think that going over these plants would be... It's pretty straightforward, but some of them are just like tough. Okay, so we can go to the left here to get around this pipe. Go right, and we go around this big silo that's half fallen in. Where is the circle? Okay. Oh, canyon gas holder. So that looks like it's going to need some power. Oh, we're going in. We're going in. Can we get back out? That's not my problem right now. Whoa, check out that oil. Area revealed. What's revealed? Oh, well, this whole section is revealed. Okay. So this little archipelago, is that what you call it? A series of little islands interconnected. That's where we drove across. So it looks like we're going to have to lay a bit of cable. There's active power here, so it'll probably be connect up the steel pipes and then, yeah, just find a way across. There's a lot of rocks and stuff in the way, not to mention the big sinkholes. So that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be some, it's going to take some doing, but that's all for the future. Interesting. So these are the infrastructure projects we've got to do. These are the completed ones. These are the active ones. So this route, no, where's the active route that we have going? You know what, that's fine, I'll do that off stream. Let's look at the objectives. We've got repair the radio tower. We have to deliver from the construction depot to radio tower, so we've got clear visibility of that, so that shouldn't be an issue. What else we got? Clear the driveways at the port. That's straightforward, we can do that quickly. And then, yeah, to do this one we need to clear some roads between here and here. Like, it's not a great distance, but just got to clear some space, and we can get through that. And then we've got to bring those electric motors from here. So that may be a few trips, because it looks like there's quite a few of them. And then that will bring the steel pipe production online. So there's those three to do. That will be the next video. We're going to end this one here. It's been fun. Like, it's been really good. This one, exploring the map, taking a bit of a side route, bit of a detour along the coast here, and then checking out these massive sinkholes. That's just insane. Um, but yeah, it's been good. Thanks for joining me on this Sojourn, and until the next time, take the scenic route.